Hi everybody, it is Christmas Day. At last the day has arrived, and I hope that you're able to take some time today just to sit quietly and ponder the enormity and the immensity of this beautiful occasion that we celebrate. But I'm fully aware that even though we walk around with smiles telling people to have a happy Christmas, there are many people out there with Christmas not being that happy a time, to whom Christmas will be a time maybe of sadness even. Maybe as they look back over the course of the last year, they've lost a loved one, and Christmas is never going to be the same without that person. Maybe there are others who may have gone through a tragic divorce, or their business has collapsed, and they're just living on the scraps at the moment. And for them, their Christmas may not be that happy. But our condolences to you if you are one of those, especially to those who have lost loved ones this last year. But I am fully aware too, amidst the gloom of the world around us, that there is something to be celebrated. That's why I love the story of the shepherds. Man, the shepherds, they knew how to celebrate in the Christmas story. Now remember that when God put this word of his together, using people inspired by him to write the stories and write the theology that we love so much, he never puts anybody in that place that doesn't need to be there. And there's a reason for every character in the Christmas story. And every one of them, their response is incredibly intriguing. You have a look at the response of Herod. Herod was the grumpy one. He was the one who said, "Another king? This place isn't big enough for another king. I'm the king." And he sought to persecute, and he killed all the kids under the age of 2. We see the Magi from the east, and their response to the star was, "We got to search this thing out. We got to find out who this person is. We got to find this king. Even if it means us walking for days and nights across deserts and dry areas, we are determined to find the king." That's a great response. And then we have the response of the shepherds. And their response was one of shock and horror at first. Imagine the dead of night to have these angels of the host singing to you, and you're the first to hear about this thing called the gospel. Now, it had been pictured many times in scripture before that, but now it is used that they have been given the good news. And the angel said to the shepherds, "Guys, you've got a job to do. Get out there and spread the good news." Now, I love the response from the shepherds, and I wish we could respond more appropriately or more like them sometimes. When we have such good news, we have such incredible good news that in a world that is dying and go to hell, and a world that is in such a mess, and we sit here thinking everything is bad and glum. I tell you people, the church shines the brightest when the world is the darkest. And when that star shone over Bethlehem saying the star of the world has arrived, we carry the light of the star of the world with us. So going into darkness, we're told, we're mandated, a common theme starts with the shepherds. They were the first evangelists. They went out there. Many of these people were unqualified. That's why they were shepherd. Some of them were criminals. Some of them were just rejected because they were of no use in society. And they were said, "Well, the best thing we can do with you is send you out in the hills and you go and look after this pesky, smelly sheep." And so they were assigned the menialest of tasks, the shepherds. They were the first evangelists of the world. They took it, but their response was incredible. First of all, their response was with great joy. Man, we can't believe that we've been mandated with this great message to tell the world. And so they got around with a great smile on their face, and they went and they did their job. And then secondly, we realized that they did it immediately. They didn't call a committee meeting and say, "Well, let's decide on the theology of this whole thing. Let's just come up with some kind of a strategy for going out to share the good news." They just took that good news everywhere they went, and they shared it with everybody that they met. Wouldn't it be great if we at Christmas time could look around us, despite the doom and the gloom that there is out there, much of it legitimate, some of us to our own blame. But anyway, it doesn't really matter right now. We've got good news, people. Let's celebrate it. Let's have joy. Let's put a smile on our face with that regard, even though circumstance might be bad. And let's share the good news with those that so desperately need it. And let's do it now. If you wait for this thing, it's probably never going to happen. But won't you today even maybe pick up the phone and maybe somebody that you've never spoken to or haven't spoken to for a while, and wish them a great Christmas and say, hey guys, can I just remind you of the message of Christmas? It's not about all the other stuff, it's about Jesus. He is the one. And you begin to be as contagiously impactful as the shepherds were. The message of the shepherds still goes out today. Good news. God still loves us. God has a plan for us. He has eternity ahead of us. Let's go and share that good news with somebody today. Hope you can rise to that. Have a good day, and we'll continue with Proverbs tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.